A once in a lifetime opportunity is coming in crypto. We have the 4-year cycle, and every 4 year there will be a moment in crypto that if you go into that moment prepared, you can easy 10, 20, maybe even more than that X your money. But like I said, if you are prepared, and before we think we are prepared, you have to realize that it's going to be very hard. So I would like to take a look at the charts right now to see how things are looking like, especially with the altcoin market, because yeah, give it, say whatever you want. With every pump, everybody is really euphoric, but should we? So let's take a look at that. Welcome to the Fomo Factory. Like the video if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on, and let's get right into it. Change my setup a little bit. I don't know if you like it, but let me know. So what I am looking at with the altcoin market today is that it's still not looking so good. Like, there are always altcoins that do way better than any other altcoins. People talk about Nakamoto Games. People talk about Caspa. Like, there are 1 in 100, maybe even more exceptions when it comes to the crypto market. But the problem is that you cannot pick them before they turn out to be an exception, right? And if you want to invest strategically, then you do have to take a look at charts at the end of the day. That's what it comes down to. So therefore, I'll look at the total 3. So this is the complete crypto market except Bitcoin and Ethereum. So basically all the altcoins. And it's quite funny that Bitcoin pumped, right? Bitcoin pumped from like 26 to 28, give or take, in a couple of days, and people got super euphoric and they were talking about buy altcoins, buy altcoins. Well, if I look at the altcoin market over the last couple of days, nothing has really changed for now, right? We're sitting at the exact same level as where we were yesterday, the day before yesterday, the day before that, the day before that, the day before that, or the week before that, or months before that, right? Nothing has really changed in the altcoin market. And if one coin is sitting higher than what it was before, it's purely a shift of liquidity. It's not that new money is coming into the crypto market at the moment. So if somebody makes gains, it's also because somebody else gets wrecked, basically. And congrats if you are on the making gains side. Overall, the market hasn't changed. And if I look at the altcoin market on a slightly higher time frame, it does stand out to me that still it has been making lower highs for more than 2 years already. We got into this pattern in May 2022. Before that, we really had a hard crash. Now we got into this pattern since May 2022. But all it is doing so far is making a high, a lower high, a lower high, a lower high. And this last pump that really got people euphoric, this little thing right here, it's basically getting sold off again, and we did not even came close to the highs right here, let alone finally making a high or breaking out of this pattern or really changing the market for once right now. However, the one that is kind of sustaining right here is Bitcoin. Bitcoin pumped, and of course it sold off a little bit as well, but not as much as altcoins. So what are the results when you add these two things? The Bitcoin dominance being a lot higher than what it was before, right? The altcoin market came down. Bitcoin came down a little bit as well. But Bitcoin dominance is now sitting at a high right here. If you look at the daily chart, it made a new high today again, right? So the Bitcoin dominance shows you that people are taking their money from altcoins and they put it back into Bitcoin. Now, why is that? One, Bitcoin is of course the safest crypto asset out there. People know that altcoins are now very speculative in this phase of the market, and they don't want to mess around with that too much at this point. So they better put it in Bitcoin. Also because the narrative might be like, hey guys, there is maybe a Bitcoin ETF coming, or maybe the chances are pretty high. So if something narrative-wise is going to cause a bull run, it is Bitcoin in the first place. So why would you be in altcoins right now? That's what people slowly start to realize. Therefore, you see the Bitcoin dominance go up. And it's funny that if you overlay Bitcoin on the Bitcoin dominance, you will notice that Bitcoin moves a little bit and it takes the Bitcoin dominance higher. At the end of the day, Bitcoin goes down a little bit again, but the Bitcoin dominance stays where it is. Bitcoin, for example, is now sitting here. The last time we were sitting there was in August. There, the dominance was sitting at 49.8%. Now, Bitcoin is sitting at the exact same level, but the Bitcoin dominance is already sitting at 50.5%. So, at the end of the day, Bitcoin is back at the exact same level, but the dominance is higher. So slowly a little bit more money from altcoins is taken and put into Bitcoin. So how do you position yourself? Well, by first understanding that. I think it's super important to know in what phase of the cycle we are in right now. Because it's not that I'm a Bitcoin maxi, and it's not that I hate altcoins, and it's not that I think that altcoins are always a bad play. Matter of fact, when the bull run is happening, you will see me make a lot of money with altcoins and try to guide you through the same thing. But you have to understand timing, right? You have to understand, like, hey, there is a market going down. You might not want to be in the market at all. There's a market going a little sideways, up, down, towards the towards the halving. You mostly want to be in Bitcoin and cash. There's a market in full-blown bull market, raging mode. Yeah, then you want to have a bigger position into altcoins. Now, we are now in that second stage. It's very simple. We are in that second stage. And also, if we look at the chart, and we take it back to the previous cycles, you see how that plays out. You see when Bitcoin goes sideways, altcoins can go down. You see that when Bitcoin finally goes down, altcoins can crash hard. Now that's where you make your entry. A lot of people are now saying like, yeah, you should buy the dip, and this altcoin is up that much this week. If you are trading it, then congratulations. But if you are investing, you should not buy every single dip. It's like throwing your money away. There are a lot of good altcoins out there. My watch list contains a couple of altcoins that also are very bullish, basically. But on their Bitcoin pair, they are not really. Arweave is a good project. I like Arweave. We need it. But if you look at the chart on its Bitcoin pair, you see that it's just made a new lower low. And yeah, if it goes down that hard, then there is no way of telling when it's going to stop. And it's already down 90% against Bitcoin, an asset that's also down 60% against the dollar. So why would you be in altcoins then if the risk is higher and the reward is lower? And that's just one. Superverse, a project that I very much like, made new lows. Litecoin, a coin that I get why people like it. Pretty close to the lows. Cardano, basically almost at its low again. Dot at its low. And people be like, yeah, these are the old altcoins, the dinosaur altcoins. Okay. Let's take a look at Illuvium, a coin. Also at a coin with a lot of hype. The game is not even fully released yet. Like, people still sell it off, right? People still sell it off because it's an altcoin. A lot of people were talking about Quant. Quant is quite a new coin, right? Yeah, if I look at this chart, it is not looking that great. The last support that it really had, it now got broken, and it's also quite hard on its way down. But there are, of course, also other new coins, like, for example, Magic, right? A coin that a lot of people have talked about. A lot of YouTubers were shilling it. It's like the Gala on Arbitrum. Well, if I look at the it's fully going down, right? Against Bitcoin, most coins are crashing right now. So what I have been doing is I have been dollar costing Bitcoin every week. Every Monday or every Tuesday, I buy Bitcoin. Why? Very simple. If I miss out on the altcoin market for some stupid reason, I end up in a coma and I wake up and then the altcoin bull run is over, right? I at least have my Bitcoin that also went up. You can be fully into stables right now, but stables don't go up, right? Worst case scenario, they go down. That's also not really what they meant to do, but yeah, USD, it happens. You don't know that. So you always are exposed to the market. Also, because a lot of these altcoins go down on their Bitcoin pair, even if Bitcoin goes up. So altcoins in the dollar pair also go up with it. They can still go down on their Bitcoin pair. And if you already have Bitcoin, you can still buy the low or the bottom range with that Bitcoin. So you have kind of a second chance there as well. So Bitcoin is one, your exposure to the market, but two, it is also your dry powder. You do not only want to be in Bitcoin or in USDT or in altcoins, but spread it out a little bit. And then Bitcoin is the best choice to go with. So if I currently look at the market again, if we, for example, go back to the total 3, the altcoin market, and we look at it on a weekly time frame right here, and we overlay the bull market support band, that's kind of the notorious moving average that kind of always lets us know that it's still a bear market. You will see that altcoins just got rejected once again from the bull market support band, and it's basically for the last couple of months. You know, there was a period between January and April where we got above it. We bounced, but we did not get a clear breakout. This pattern rejected us anyway. We broke below it again, and once we broke below, we fell very hard. We tried again, got slapped back all the way down. Now we try again. Looks like we're getting slapped back again. And in the meantime, you have all these shillers on Twitter, on YouTube, or just retail that says, hey, let's buy because the market is going up. You got it all wrong. You should buy when it's down, when nobody cares, right? I see so many, my whole timeline was so bullish, especially on altcoins, over a 4% weekly pump that now, by the way, already retraced with 2.3%. That I feel like, guys, slow down. This is nothing. But I get it because it's going down. Well, we also make higher highs. And overall, the altcoin market is going sideways for like, well, not 2 years, 1.5 years. So I get that a 4% pump feels like a lot, right? And some altcoins pumped way more, right? Some altcoins pumped way less. But a 4% pump was average, right? So it feels like a lot, but it isn't really, right? One other important indicator is Ethereum on its Bitcoin pair, because Ethereum is, of course, the biggest altcoin. And if you take a look at Ethereum on its Bitcoin pair, you can say whatever you want, but even Ethereum is losing from Bitcoin, right? Ethereum is making lower highs since, well, basically since December 2021, but in this pattern, since September 2022, a year. It had a high, a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower highs again. It's all the time getting rejected by that same bull market support band. Now, if we take a look at Bitcoin right now, it's quite interesting. Bitcoin was also getting rejected a lot by its bull market support band. But once it broke above, it had that big rally basically from 20K to 32.5K. So 32K, sorry, not 32.5. So whenever you have a really sustained confirmation above that bull market support band, it is usually very good news. But Ethereum on its Bitcoin pair can't. The altcoin market in general can't, right? And now Bitcoin is struggling a little bit with it as well. So I would like to see how this is going to play out. If Bitcoin closes below it, then I can imagine that Bitcoin can definitely go down to lower 20s. And if that happens, then in my opinion, the altcoin market is completely screwed. Why? Because if you look at this chart, it's very simple. This is the whole altcoin market on its Bitcoin pair, basically. So what you see is once the bear market started right here, November 2021, altcoins on their Bitcoin pair hold it up pretty well. It went up, down, but overall sideways, right? For a long time. Altcoins still went down on a dollar pair though, because Bitcoin went down, right? So the reason that altcoins went down was because Bitcoin went down. However, from beginning this year, we saw Bitcoin do a 2x. Why did altcoins not do that? Why did they go down or at best stayed sideways? Because altcoins now have lost from Bitcoin. It broke, right? And we are now in a very big downtrend, which we already broke, by the way, and also under the bull market support band right there. So looking very bearish, if you ask me. So altcoins are now going down on their own, right? Just like we saw in this cycle right here, by the way. We stopped, stayed there for a while, went down. We found a bottom at this range right here, just like here, with a little uptrend, like a little uptrend right here. We broke again, and then we continued our way down. Now we broke it, and we might continue our way down. So altcoins are already going down on their own. I can't help but wonder what would happen. Well, not wonder. What would happen with altcoins once Bitcoin now goes down? Because that's what we haven't seen yet. Bitcoin going down while altcoins are also going down against Bitcoin. That's what did happen last cycle. And that was the big drop for altcoins. That was a 70% flush in a matter of like 2 months. That's what I'm mostly waiting for. That's what I'm waiting for. And I know a lot of people, they say, yeah, no, for some reason, you know, instant reason, this time is different and blah, blah. You should just dollar cost. You should not just dollar cost, right? Because this chart shows you it went down, right? So dollar costing altcoins have made you lose at least 40% Bitcoin, right? The asset that at the end of the day is most safe and valuable. So you could say like, yeah, just dollar cost altcoins. This is what happened so far. 40% loss. So if you wanted to dollar cost, you could have better dollar costed Bitcoin. And you can then now buy that altcoin that you love so much with that Bitcoin that you are on a profit on. So just dollar cost altcoins is not really the way in this phase of the market. Therefore, we have to wait till an accumulation phase, right? And like I said many times before, the market cycle has 4 phases. We have an accumulation phase like we saw over here. Then we have an uptrend, then we have a distribution phase, then we have a downtrend, and then it starts all over again. We are now in the middle, literally in the middle of the downtrend. So, of course, gambling your way into altcoins, you could do that because there are always exceptions to the rule. But again, unfortunately, you do not know what these exceptions are going to be after it turns out that they are exceptions. And I'm not here to gamble. I can just walk into the casino. I don't do that. I want to make money. I don't need 1000x. I'm happy with a 50x. But that's the odds, right? I am pretty sure that with my strategy, I can make a 50x. If you want to buy an altcoin that can really moon, you have to just, you know, throw shit at the wall hoping something sticks. You can make a 1000x. But the hard truth is that you also need that 1000x to recover all the losses of all the shit you threw at the wall which didn't stick, right? I'm gonna aim. Ready, aim, fire. I'm not gonna just shoot. I'm gonna aim for a long time. And when I have the best shot, I will shoot, right? Not just blindly in the hope that I got Bambi or his mother. I don't know who we are shooting at today. So that's my strategy. Dollar costing Bitcoin, waiting until the altcoin market has bottomed against its Bitcoin pair. Because you can say whatever you want. If now Bitcoin goes down like where it went before, then altcoins are completely screwed, right? Because altcoins, like I said, already lost on its Bitcoin pair, right? So Bitcoin is no longer holding altcoins up. So if you love an altcoin and you feel like this is not going down, then you are putting all your hopes on the fact that Bitcoin is not going down. While in reality, in this phase of the market, that's not really what happens, right? In reality, in the pre-halving year, like 2023 right now, also 2019, first half of the year, we go up. We made a 4x right here. Better believe people thought that this was a big bull market, and we still almost made a double bottom. In this, in this cycle, 2015, we also went double from the bottom and then went all the way down again. So if this is what happened every single time before, yeah, who am I to say that now this time is not going to happen, right? This time is different because we got an ETF, because the news doesn't matter. Again, Ripple won the biggest lawsuit that everybody was hoping for, and that was the big news. It did absolutely nothing to crypto and the charts. Nothing. It had a short pump, and it got sold off again. Because guess what? News doesn't matter. The cycle has to play out. And before this cycle, this phase of the cycle has played out, I'm not gonna burn my fingers on altcoins too much. I have some altcoins, definitely. I have some. I have some leftovers from previous cycles, and I have some altcoins specifically for crypto launchpads, because I don't need that altcoin to go up to make money. I can participate in pre-sales, and they have a refund policy, and that's a pretty safe way to play the market. But I'm not gonna buy altcoins right now, because I think I can now buy the low and it goes do a 50x from here. Can you make a 50x on a good altcoin? Easy. If the market crashes another 70%, your chances are way higher. But I don't want to be the one that has no dry powder anymore when that happens, because I thought it was not going to happen this time, and slap myself at the back of the head, because also this time it turned out it just happened. So guys, if you like the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on. Definitely check out the Patreon. There is a link down below where we give a lot of exclusive videos, my portfolio, insights, podcasts, personal consulting, trading courses, a lot of good stuff. Definitely be there. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, hate, love, let me know in the comments down below. Take care.